Your license. Yeah, you're gonna renew tomorrow. I know what's up. Oh no, I forgot to get the new. Oh god damn it! Hold on. Is it what we're doing? God damn it! Stop calling, Tyrone. Jesus Christ. Hold on. And now my shit's just going off all over the place. This is garbage. All right, copy. Change this. Disconnect. Paste that. Go to about there. Do that. And connect. New intro. What intro? I didn't know there was a new intro. Well, why? I guess the better question is why you guys think there's supposed to be an intro. What's up, Zachary? What's up, Lightning? What's up, Static? I didn't know there was supposed to be a new intro. Or did I not get the goddamn memo? Did you people didn't notify me again? Is that what happened? Yeah, it's late only due to some shit going on. So, to give some context of what's been happening, because where the hell is Discord at? Do I have Discord open? I do have Discord open. Yeah. So how is Yamato? Yamato. Yamato. Yamato? Yamato. What is Yamato? Or who is Yamato? It's going to be one of those things where I remember it as soon as you explain it to me. And it makes me angry that I don't recognize it. But for right now, I don't recognize it. Oh, that. I mean, it's not like that's going away. I just do it randomly. It's random for a reason. If you guys get it every time, then it becomes a standard. The randomness of it is what makes you guys appreciate it. You don't appreciate it as much when it's not random. Oh, Yamato. Oh, that Yamato. I'm so stupid. Yeah. Sorry. That's a hell of a son. That's a hell of a son. That is one hell of a son. Also, this is probably going to be a pseudo mukbang type of stream because I'm eating leftover 4th of July food. So I apologize in advance. Sorry, I'm actually pulling up the questions for this week, which aren't a lot, but there are questions. What's up, Red Dragon? What's up, anime rapper? I'm mad because I literally just read the chapter like a few hours ago, and for some reason my brain was like, I don't know who the fuck Yamato is. Of course I don't, because I'm fucking stupid. I love how the real Condoniano is like so consistent to the point where I see him. Why are they saying Yamato for Nakama this early in the conversation? She literally was just introduced. Also, Team Carrot. Fuck y'all. So, I think if we're talking about it, there isn't a lot of news this week. From what I remember. I mean, obviously, Min Min got released, but like I don't think there's a lot of new news from this week. And Lightning, Real Condiano, and Prince of Evolve are already putting messages in the Discord. So, if you want to hop in and ask the questions on the Discord, join the Discord. Link in the description. This tonight's gonna be more of a BS stream because realistically, we don't have a lot to really go over. If I'm being real with you, there's not a lot. Yeah. I actually uploaded the review early. I did the review first, actually. So the review is up for that. So yeah, the $7 the $70 thing we were gonna address tonight. And then obviously we got the first teaser of the World Ends With You anime, which you know. Also, Yami is on his shit. Man, bro. I found out the English name is called like Death Thrust, but I think the fan translation was like sudden death, and I low key like sudden death, but I like Death Thrust just as Death Thrust ain't bad. It's not a bad substitute, bro. The fact that they keep the name Death in it is what makes it enjoyable to listen to. And they're gonna fuck that up in anime and be mad. Actually, that's one of them. Realistically, time skip shit they don't need to fuck up at all animation wise. They're 100% going to, and it's going to get on my nerves. But man, shit, it's gonna be something, bruh. What's up, Kuro Blitz? So I guess we can quickly. Yeah, but we don't need another swordsman. I want a different. Did I ever watch Monster Doctor? I saw I think like a trailer had just came out for it. I think right before I ended the stream last night, and I watched the trailer. The trailer's all right. I'm not like Monster Girl animes. I'm not overly against, but you also got to do something to intrigue me. Like Interviews with Monster Girls was a way better show than the pictures would lead you to believe. And I ended up enjoying the hell out of that show. Masu Musume is more traditional harem, but I fucks with it. But the thing is, since I have those shows, you now have to do something a little different. And this one is different. So it's on the table. It's on the table. Yeah, I'm totally down for like Yamato's a fleet admiral, like a fleet commander. But it takes time. We got time. Also, like how we're continuing the trope of like every major area we go to seems to have a woman that Luffy default connects with. If we go all the way back, Alabasta, it was Vivi. And Skypiea was Aisha. But even though Aisha wasn't like high tier, I imagine over the time skip, Aisha will become high tier. Because we haven't seen Skypiea stuff since like before the time skip. Water 7 was kind of an exception. Thriller Bark was an exception. It didn't really come back up until time skip shit, which is where we got Shirahoshi, and then we got Rebecca, and now we have Yamato. To be fair, Yamato was handled better than Rebecca has. She 100% has a better fucking introduction than Rebecca. So if she's like low key, like she's a low key a problem, but she ain't like broken, that's good. We cool. And she low key at least thinks she can handle herself. And I imagine there's gonna be a bunch of gags with her because she doesn't assume herself to be a woman. There'll be a bunch of gags of her doing shit that doesn't make any sense. But I low key fuck with it, so we good. The Monster Doctor is essentially just another harem, Monster Girl harem show. That didn't surprise me. Oh yeah, and then Momo Princess, yeah. I forgot about it. Momo's sister. That's the other one. We got a bunch of fucking like this is the way of the One Piece world. But because we do talk about video games on this stream, among other things, let's go ahead and address the $70 situation, how you guys feel about it. Because it came up, I think it was revealed that on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, I think it's NBA 2K21. It's supposed to be apparently NBA 2K21 is supposed to be like $70 on those consoles, which I don't think that's going to affect sales that much because motherfuckers buy those games yearly anyway. If you dumb enough to spend $60 a year, I don't think $10 more is going to make you mad, right? I would hope it would make more people mad than it probably will. But and here's the thing, and I'll give Neo GameSpark. Is he streaming on? Is he streaming on Twitch right now? I knew he was streaming, but I didn't know if he was streaming on Twitch. Hold on. Oh, he is. He actually is streaming on Twitch. Okay, then. Huh. Well, learned something new. I didn't get the SpongeBob game yet, only because I wanted to get the Switch version, and then, like, I saw some of the frame rate analysis for it, and I was like, bro, Fuck. So if I get it, I'm probably gonna get the PC version. But I low key want the special edition because I still want like the Sandy and SpongeBob figures. I think I think Patrick's looks a little goofy, but I low key still want the SpongeBob and Sandy figures. But oh well. But I low key want to get. Well, after I'm done, because I imagine he'll be going after I finish. What I'll probably do is that we'll kind of like raid him from YouTube. Not yet, because we're still doing shit over here. But when we're done, more likely Tyrone will still be going. We'll raid him and say raid from TIGF, and I'll let you go. Yeah, he was calling me. He's on Discord. I knew he was on Discord, but I didn't think he was going to stream it on like Twitch. But we'll do that afterwards. So let's get into the $70 thing. So a lot of people, I think Neo GameSpire made a very interesting video about the topic, and I shout him out. Go check out the channel, or go check out the video he put up. And I think I agree. Realistically, video game prices used to be higher than what they are now. Video game prices used to be like fucking, I think used to go up to $80 to $100 depending on like the game and the system and shit, right? In the time period. And we went down, and then we've been kind of slowly climbing back up, especially if you look at the handheld market. Remember, fucking Game Boy Advance games only cost like 30, and then I think they went to like 35 as DS games, and then I think they went to like 40 as 3DS games. Like, there's been a steady uptick, and eventually that was going to happen. So it's not like, and to be fair, we've gotten games that I think genuinely are worth more than 60. Yeah, I'll probably join his Discord after we're finished. But we have genuinely gotten games that I think are worth more than 70. And it all depends. I think RPGs are justified in a lot of situations because RPGs give you like hundreds upon hundreds of hours of gameplay for $60. Hell, some of them do it for like 30, 40, or 50, depending on what console they're on. Think about it. Dragon Quest, what was it, 8? Came out for 40. And I was like, but Dragon Quest is one of those games that like last for hundreds of hours. And we're just talking about the main game, not even the side shit. To give a more recent example, I think Smash Brothers is worth more than the 60, which is why I don't really blink an eye at paying what was it, $20, I think, for the $20 for like the season pass. Because Smash was definitely worth more than 60. But we all know the majority of games aren't worth their price tags. Especially since we know none of the practices we've been dealing with are going to change. It's not like all of a sudden, just because the game is $70, we're not going to have to deal with DLC in any form. Which is fucking insane. But they're like, well, we're going to make $70 and do other shit. And still do like microtransactions and DLC and all this other nonsense. And I've already said this before, but I think certain certain genres are going to really struggle because they can't justify a price tag. I think fighting games are one of the basic examples. It is hard to justify a $60 fighting game. But I think that's the reason why Sony goes the route they do with the fucking, oh, look how beautiful this game looks. We're going to charge you $60 for this game. I'm like, well, the game's only like 15 hours. And to be fair, Sony's been more fair about it as of recently. But it annoys me that you got me paying like full price for a game just because it looks good. And like that, I'm supposed to pay you for a decision you made that I'm supposed to just rock with. I'll give you an example. I think Resident Evil 3 is a fun game. Resident Evil 3 Remake is a fun game, and I like playing it. But I think we all recognize that game was not worth 60 because there wasn't enough content. Like, looking good nowadays doesn't mean shit to us because it's become the standard. Once something becomes a standard, no one looks at it as like a major accomplishment or something that like blows you out of the fucking water where you're like, yeah, that's 100% worth the money. Why? Because you've been seeing it. It's because it's commonplace. Yeah. The Order 1886 is an example. So I would hope the consumer base gets smarter about what games we will and won't support. And this goes for any company. I mean, Nintendo releases remakes for $60, and people are gonna be like, But Nintendo, I realistically think would be the last company to even hop on that bandwagon. Personally, I know people don't. I know people have their issues with the Switch due to some money, to some less consumer-friendly tactics that Nintendo's been using during the Switch era. But I overall, as a company, still believe they want to give you things at a value. They don't want you spending an insane amount of money. They still want you to spend money, but they don't want you spending like stupid amount of money. Also recognizing what kind of climate and financial situation a lot of people are in this year. I really like NBA probably be like the first one to try it, but if we're looking at the companies, I would say probably Sony would try it first. Sony more than likely would try to up the price first. And the problem is no one's gonna want to spend $70. The higher the price goes, the less interested people are gonna be to want to take a chance on a game they never heard about or there isn't a lot of information out about, but you still want me to spend $70 on it. Luckily here on Manic, another Manic episode, I'm not professional, so that's why you get me eating on stream. Also because barbecue chicken is great. 10 out of 10, love that shit. It also doesn't surprise me that 2K thought this was the best idea to go with. Especially because these games don't change enough. Like, I'm expecting, if you're going to charge me $70 NBA 2K, which a lot of people will pay for, because most people who play 2K don't play any other game. So $70 to them a year doesn't mean much. Like, people got to, and I think that's the reality you got to realize, 2K is such a casual centric game that it doesn't really matter if it gets like that. Like, to me, it's not going to become an issue until they start making new Final Fantasies that are 70. Or you start making new, I don't know, like Tekken is 70 or some shit. That's what's going to become a problem. Yeah, but I think Sony and Microsoft are playing that whole you go first, no, you go first, you go first, no, you go first thing when it comes to pricing. And seeing how the audience reacts to it, because they know they can undercut each other if they wait for the other one to go first. So, like, let's say Microsoft comes out there with $70 games, and then PlayStation's like 60. Not that PlayStation wanted to do 60, but now that they know people are like boo to Microsoft, they're like, now we can be the heroes by like being just objectively better in that situation. Although, if the games get jumped up to 70 and they both hop on it, I actually would not be surprised if people start shifting back to Xbox for a little while. Primarily because Xbox is still offering that whole smart conversion nonsense where, like, if you buy a game for your Xbox One, you essentially could use that same game on your Series X and it would fucking, like, just upgrade it naturally. Like, Microsoft has put themselves in a position where, like, if you charge them $70, most people wouldn't mind as much versus, like, Sony that doesn't really have anything to justify being $70. On top of that, not having a lot of games to justify buying at launch anyway. That's the other thing that makes it worse. Sony doesn't have a lot of games, as we've noticed, to like make you want to buy the console at launch, because a lot of them are either cross-platform or cross-generation, and maybe like a couple of exclusives, or don't have fucking release dates. Like, Sony, ironically enough, I would say is in the worst position because Nintendo's been chilling off of a couple of games this year so far, and they're not sweating nothing. Why? Because they're in the bag, just like, bro, I'm just in the cut, dog. I'm just in the cut. And you're like, what do you mean you in the cut? I'm like, listen, we making money. A lot of your games got delayed. Your game has controversy behind it. I'm chilling. And Xbox just ain't putting out nothing. So, like, Nintendo's sitting pretty. And then there's been a lot of rumors as of lately. We're going to get a bunch of announcements relatively soon for Nintendo moving on. And it's like, bro, if that happens and then we get like this push of Mario, I think they're Mario remasters or ports, that might be enough. And that's just talking about like the port stuff. I'm not even talking about new games. There's been some Metroid rumors going around too, and it's like, granted, Nintendo started it themselves, so it's their fault. Besides Halo, what I'm looking forward to. That's the problem. Xbox's main problem is that it only has like a couple of IPs you give a shit about. But in terms of everything else, it does a pretty good job. It's only like literally, and that trips me out. As a game developer, your only issue with your box is that I have no reason to get it. Not that you have cool features, not that you don't have the best online of the three companies, not that you don't have cool stuff like having the ability for me to buy an Xbox One game and then play it on my Xbox Series X with upgrades. It's like, bro, it trips me out. Microsoft's the only company that gets so close to being good and literally can't step on that last step because they don't put out consistently quality games. That blows me the fuck away. And then people go, well, it's a well respected developer. In what way? You don't put out anything that's worth a goddamn thing. Hey, what's up, Antrite? Yeah, next week's gonna be some shit. I think it's the 7th, isn't it? I don't know. It's next weekend. I don't know what day. But next weekend is gonna be some shit. Episode reviews will be coming, by the way. So if you want to see episode reviews of Snafu, they will be on the anime channel. If you need the link to the anime channel, let me know. Actually, I'll put it in the description anyway, so you have it. Because I don't want you guys to be without. Because definitely when that shit hits, oh boy, that's it, buddy. Also, what's up, Tyree? Oh, let me just link it in case you guys do want it. No, this will be the channel that the Snafu Season 3 reviews are on. What else? Phil Spencer is too afraid to say no to all these developers' trash ideas. It's true. And Sony, I don't think it was ready. Sony, I 100% believe, is not ready for a new generation. So they're also not looking pretty. Nintendo's just going to chill. I'm going to be real with you. Nintendo is literally going to chill for the rest of the year. And if they put out their fucking they put out these Mario ports and some rumored Zelda / Metroid stuff, it ain't a lot that's going to change the game. And this could be another low tier year for Nintendo due to COVID. And it won't fucking matter because, hey, look, I'm getting paid. That's literally going to be Nintendo. I'm getting paid. I'm still making money off of Animal Crossing. I'm still getting they're still getting money off of Ring Fit. For some reason, Ring Fit spiked back up. And then recently we heard that Bravely Second 2 is almost done, which means that's more likely going to be a holiday game. That shit'll probably go gold in the next couple of months. Boom, that's my fucking RPG. You think this ain't about to be something, bruh? They even got a trip out like they did last year. Because I would realistically agree that last year they went nuts. They went absolutely nuts. And I'm not mad at them for going nuts. I'm just saying, when you go nuts, it's it's crazy, bro. I don't even know. You ever been at a loss for words and shit? But Jesus Christ. So let me answer a couple questions because game-wise, I don't think, is there anything else you guys want me to talk about or address? I already talked about how the Marvel footage looks like some mediocre bullshit. The Cyberpunk thing looks all right, but definitely does not look like my kind of game. Looks like a fucking GTA kind of game, and I don't care. Yeah, exactly. The World Ends With You anime looks absolutely adorable. Oh, the Smash Brothers situation. So I don't want to get too crazy into it because although I follow Smash competitive, it's not like I'm all into it. So apparently, the short version is a lot of allegations with receipts came out and pretty much exposed a lot of hidden truths about some pretty beloved Smash competitive scene veterans. And man, shit Shit is messy. A lot of people are hurt. A lot of people, and then there were allegations about, I think, Evo too. I forget the dude's name. I think it's Mr. Wizard. I think is his name. Is his nickname. I mean, there were allegations about him and Evo's done this year, just off top, and it's just like, bro. Realistically, it's good the shit finally came to light and it was finally addressed. It took way too long, but I recognize that people's lives were involved and people made decisions. A lot of these people are also really young. Like they were like in their late teens. And it's just like shit. Should they have kid, teens, adult divisions like Pokemon? Probably. Probably so. I think that's actually more fair anyway. But you don't like Smash. Half of the fun of Smash is its sense of unstructured nonsense, but like at the same time, I hate for this to be the reason why it happens. But shit happened, and a lot of people fucked up, and it kind of people made mistakes, and it's good that they're finally getting taken the justice about it. Realistically, and so that's the reason why I say no. And I feel bad for a lot of people because a lot of people looked up to some of these smashers as like idols because these guys were inspirations. They made a living off of playing a game that they also love, but they just were better than them. This is why I say don't ever idolize anybody. Don't ever put anybody on a fucking pedestal. That includes myself because we're all humans and humans ain't shit. Like I'm very open about that. The reason why I always bring it up, humans aren't shit. We are a dog shit species, right? Objectively, but we have a level of willingness and tenacity to survive, and that sometimes come through in inspirational ways, and sometimes it comes through really scummy bullshit ways. Yeah, Minecraft had the same problem. Roblox, like people, that's just and realistically, I'm very conflicted about it because obviously they made mistakes, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you fucked up people's lives. There's a lot of trauma and a lot of shit these people have to get through. I think the best thing is to try to be there for the people who were hurt, abused, but also be aware of cancel culture because sometimes we cancel motherfuckers who don't deserve it. We've already run into a couple cases like that. Although I think people were a little bit too quick to forgive Bro Jared, but he is an example of what I'm referring to. I think the best suggestion I would give is that don't be a sheep. Just because your opinion isn't the popular one. I killing your name. Don't kill in my name, Devin. If you gonna kill you, shit. Don't ever say some shit to me like that again, son. Y'all savage. Hey, don't turn us into a cult. We don't need to do any of that shit. But yeah, I would say definitely don't treat like don't. I don't want to tell people not to idolize their idolize, but at the same time, I'm very open about like we ain't shit. 100%. I ain't shit. No one else ain't shit. Keep your expectations low. I'll put it that way. You can still respect the person, but keep your expectation low because you never know what the fuck we doing behind closed doors. You don't know what happens when I cut the stream off. You don't know what happens when a lot of YouTubers cut the streams off, and or how I interact in the public or with other people. You don't know. And also, don't be afraid to voice your opinion, even if it's different. I think because of the way the internet is nowadays and mob mentality, and I know a lot of this has already come up with like Black Lives Matter and all that other shit. If your opinion is a little bit different, a lot of people tend to not mention it because they don't want to be viewed as like the wrong side or some shit. I feel like it's always important to hear every side of a conversation. Regardless of what you believe at the end of the conversation, always try to at least have the conversation. I think having the conversation is always important. And yeah, treat people the way you want to be treated. Because realistically, there should not be a video where I have to teach you how to not be a pedophile. So like, I don't want to fucking go into it like that. I think people should know what not to do. But also, if you've done something wrong and you've wronged somebody that is who is still hurting and you know are still hurting, be real with yourself and be real with them and be like, listen, I did a mistake. Because listen, everyone makes mistakes, but the way you own up to a mistake is also important. If the mistake comes out from another person other than you, guess what? You now lost the ability to fucking do the right thing. And whose fault is it? Yours, because you committed the act and then you dicked around about being open with it, especially if you're a public figure. If you're being offered like chances to work with Nintendo, knowing what kind of history you have, that's trash. Don't do that. Don't take advantage of it. And also, people hang with people you're friends with. Just because you're at an event with a bunch of people you're fans of, don't just casually go back to the fucking hotel with them, unless you got a designated bro there who's supposed to be watching your back. Don't just walk into these situations because you will get caught the flying fuck up. The people that make me the angriest are the ones that are saying if you're a boy, you should be okay with it. Well, that's, I mean, and I've made societal discussions about that. For some reason, people act like women, and unfortunately, that's how our society is. Our society don't take women seriously when it comes to stuff like this. When it comes to sexual abuse or abuse of any kind, people don't take it serious if the woman is the aggressor, and don't realize that a woman can be just as damaging, if not more so, in those same situations because we live in a society that allows them to essentially get away with it. Because we don't persecute girls in the same way we persecute guys. And that's why it pisses me off when people like to talk down to when people talk about men's mental health and act like that ain't a thing. Like y'all are just trying to undercut feminism. No, we don't get acknowledged. Men don't get acknowledged a lot in those situations. We're looked at as jokes or fucking like goofballs. And motherfuckers, you get mad when I made my original video on like, I think I mislabeled it. Like I think it was supposed to be like, I think I called it like gender roles or I called it like sexism. And the video ended up, or rape. It might have been the rape one where I was specifically talking about a woman raping a man. And the reason why I talked about specifically that conversation is because we all know rape is bad. But the thing that always irked me is that when a man gets raped by another woman, by a woman, it's never taken that seriously. When the woman is the aggressor in modern society, nobody takes it as seriously as they should. And I'm hoping with these events coming out more and more frequently of men dealing with a bunch of abuse, like even that whole Johnny Depp situation that happened somewhat recently. It was another situation of a woman being the aggressor and taking advantage of the situation. And because people don't view women as dangerous, or we don't take it seriously when a man says a woman's an aggressor, and realistically, it's going to be another situation where some shit's going to have to happen to you. And then you realize, wow, our society's fucked up. And we perpetuate it by acting like when you don't take a dude seriously when he's going through some shit. But that's also because men in society were always handled differently anyway. We're the ones told to not express our emotions. We're the ones told that you need to just grit your teeth and deal with it because you're supposed to be a man. Like, manliness usually meant not dealing with hardship the way women deal with hardship, which I don't feel like is fair. We want to talk about we're so progressive when it comes to gender fluidness and sex and like and accepting all people, but we can't even accept men, just men, not even like anything crazy, just a man being like, listen, I hurt, I'm in a lot of pain, emotional pain, and I feel like no one cares, and I just need someone to talk to. And to have like a male figure around you who would say some dumb shit like, what the fuck you bringing it up to me for? Just deal with it. Like, that shouldn't how it be. And it doesn't make you any less of a man to address those problems. But we got to stop shaming people for it. But we also have to recognize that, like, because on the flip side of that coin, I don't want people thinking that, like, it's okay to, like, I also don't want us devolving into this soft-ass society where we're scared to say anything to anybody. But, like, when it comes to sensitive topics like rape and sexism, which is always going to be a problem because nowadays, bitches ain't shit. Motherfuckers will claim rape, sexist, racist. Like, you will get caught up in so much shit just from words spoken. And it's crazy. It's crazy. But I say have a strong group of friends around you to have a proper support system because society ain't shit. And it's going to take a while for society to change. But try to have a strong support system. or just try to be smart about the way you conduct things. Because your life is important, just like mine's is, like anybody else's life. There is no life above one other. Um, Not in these situations. So try to stay safe and stay healthy. What's up, Kyle Massey? Kyle Massey. We end the conversation and Kyle Massey shows the fuck up. I'm waiting to play your new game, Corey in the House 6, coming out on the PS Vita in 2025. That's what I'm waiting for. Sorry, I'm being stupid. Also kind of skipped a bunch of talking points. So let me see. I just wait until I know the full story. True, you just never meet your hero. Everyone's different in their own way. You can be either friendly, annoying, shy. True. The people that make me the angriest, yep. Oh God, I know what you're talking about. Sometimes in life, it feels hard to admit your own mistakes. You feel like a failure. True, but I feel like we need to stop. But see, then that's the other thing. Cancel culture has made people afraid to like talk about when they fuck up. It's not just for the people who have like trauma they're dealing with, but it's also for the people who like fucked up. And it's not in that shit like throw you all the way out, but it's still a mistake. And people are afraid to admit the mistake because they'll lose everything. Oh, and we need to be a little bit more supportive to those people who are willing to admit those mistakes. Because as we've learned through cancel culture and through all this recent drama, there are a lot of motherfuckers who will never admit their mistakes. There are a lot of mistakes and horrible things about people you don't know. Still, there are a lot like people you were cool with now. There might or you support now. There are a bunch of secrets you probably still don't know about. That's just the cold reality of the situation. So yeah, try to be smart and have a proper support system because that shit's important as we try to make it through here day by day. I guess our society will still be no repercussions of women like second class citizens. No, that's not what that is. Women, half of that is women choosing to be in those roles, and then like men being like, and men being cool with it because you know that's all we've ever known, and then women realizing now they can abuse it. It's actually become commonplace. It's that same issue I have with like the whole diversity argument. Just like you have a quota of how many like African Americans and Asians you have to have in your company. Same thing goes with women or trans women. It's the same shit. And now that women know they can ruin the whole careers and shit, just by spouting a couple words and making fake pictures and shit, it's hard to discern like real women who have suffered from bitches who just want to fuck with you because they literally do the same things. So it's hard to figure out which is which. But yeah, and that's a fucking problem. Um, what was the other topic you guys wanted me to address? I know the Smash thing was one. I saw something else, and I completely missed. Oh, the Last of Us 2 voice actors getting death threats. That's just not okay. Regardless of how you feel about The Last of Us 2 and Neil Druckmann, that girl is just doing a job. She is just getting a check for voicing a character. Do not, I don't know why you're sitting. I get why. That's when you get too attached to these characters. But that woman is just doing a job. She's just voicing a character. This is a job, and that character isn't real. Threatening her life. Now, granted, at the same time, the reality is once you become a public figure, that's the kind of shit. I mean, I think that happened with the girl, the Star Wars girl, the what was it, Return of the Jedi? I forget which one it is. It's one of the newer Star Wars movie, the Asian girl who has like a pseudo romantic interaction with Finn throughout the movie. She got death threats, and that's why she's not in any future movies because they literally people were scaring her to death over some shit that she didn't even have any control over. I'm like, I'm just an actress. I just got hired for a role. I'm not here to piss you off. The same thing goes with Laura Bailey, I think is her name. She's not here to piss you off. I think it was just over the game. I think literally it was just over the game. Yeah, people are fucking crazy. Sorry, I mean chicken. This is why I don't call myself professional at all, because I'm not at all. It's a sad state of affairs, but it's shit that happens. But yeah, that's something where I'm completely behind them trying to defend themselves because hey, you're wishing death upon me for a fictional character that I voice. The fuck, like how is that my fault? I'm not even the one who wrote the goddamn script. That's why I always feel like wishing death upon people is usually once we get to the point where I'm like, all right, society has gotten a little bit fucked up, which unfortunately I saw a lot of during this whole Black Lives Matter George Floyd situation. It was the same thing. Motherfuckers start wishing death on individuals so quickly, and I'm like, guys, like, I get it that you don't agree and you're angry, but once you start wishing death upon a ridiculous people, in the way it would be done is always that whole I don't wish death upon anybody, but if they caught corona and weren't incredibly immune to it, like, and I'm like, bro, that's like low key, that's kind of fucked up. Still think it's fucked up, but see, that's where we're at as people. I don't want to get right back into the Joel conversation because for me that doesn't. It's for me. I've watched reviews and I entertain myself with the content. But I'm not. I'm not gonna overly sweat all that. So the Joel stuff, I don't want to jump right back into it. But I agree with them defending themselves because fucking. But at the same time, these are trolls. Like realistically, you're just gonna get death threats. Unfortunately, when you're a public figure, this is some of the shit you got to deal with. And some people say, well, I shouldn't have to deal with death threats. Well, it's true, but you will for things out of your control. You'll deal with it just because you voiced the character, not because you had any input on what that character was like, but just because you voiced her. Hey, that's just how it is. The best way to handle it is to ignore it and focus on the positive. As human beings, that's like one of our worst traits. We cannot focus on the positives to save our life. And sometimes it becomes way more detrimental to not focus on it than to focus on it. But let's get into Last of Us 3 Undertale Genocide Run. The best type of run. The best type of run, son. Where things get crazy. And we start fucking. Well, actually, I would love to see a Last of Us 2 pacifist run. Although, from what I understand, you can't fucking do it because there are forced kills in that game that you have to kill certain creatures or people. So, but I'd be interested in seeing like a pacifist run, or maybe you don't kill any of the human characters, just to make things interesting. Just out of curiosity, honestly. Well, let me read some of these questions. Why do Black Clover fans complain about power scaling? I haven't really followed the fandom side of Black Clover as much, but it's probably because Black Clover, unfortunately, is having a situation of power creep, kind of what Bleach had, which was things got progressively higher and higher stakes to where they had to kind of make some of the villains more and more broken, and it then led to situations where characters were like flat out like OD'd like a motherfucker, and we couldn't do a goddamn thing. Uh, and then it feels like, oh well, now the anime's hit a wall. Like the proverbial wall is like once you like a lot of people looked at the Aizen situation where like, well, once you attain the power of God, like where can you go from there? And then you got the Fullbringer arc, and you're like, oh, that's the problem. I don't really think that's the case. Like if we were talking about the recent events in the manga, with Dante, Vanica, and Zeno, I don't think the creep is that bad. I think most of the main characters have lost to them in. Well, I'm using Bleach because Bleach is like the most common example of a show with power creep problems. Actually, Dragon Ball has the same fucking problem. If that's a better correlation. Dragon Ball Z is what I should say. Z and Super do, where the power creep got worse and worse to the point where like a lot of characters just got pushed. Yeah, I wonder why you like it better than anime, Perry. It has something to do with the fact that the animation's consistent because it was drawn consistently. But like even if you compare like the recent arc in the manga, Asta and Noel and all hit their walls around, I'd probably say 50 to 70% based off of the situations of their fights. Made completely. Yes, that yeah, about to say there's no way I'd be curious. See if Last of Us was a true game of the year, you could do it, and the game would change based off of her unwillingness to kill certain people. Ugh. The fact that you can kind of do it is kind of cool though. But yeah. So but yeah, I think the power creep isn't too bad. Like Yami forcing characters to go higher than like Asta, Noel, or did make sense because he's a captain. I don't think the power creep is absolutely ridiculous, but it is something. Well, yeah, Merc killing. Well, yeah, but I just wanted to see a pacifist run. So that's my assumption as to why power creep is an issue. To be fair, One Piece had it in its own way. One Piece's way was giving you these broken ass characters, but not giving Luffy a way to like fighting back. Then you introduce Haki, and Haki kind of like boiled down every fight to who has better Haki, which kind of simplifies it. Whereas, like, think about it. Think about when Luffy fought Crocodile for the first time in One Piece. It was about Luffy figuring out a way of hitting this man because he was made out of fucking sand. Now, if he goes against any elemental devil fruit user, any Logia, guess what? As long as I got Haki, you getting decked in the face. As long as I got Haki, I can cheat your ability. So the ability sometimes doesn't mean as much. It doesn't have traditional power creep. I think the power creep really came into effect once we hit like the end of the first part of One Piece. The second part of One Piece definitely has power creep because if you don't have Haki, you ain't shit. They dead ass. In a lot of situations, you gotta have Haki of some sort to be a threat. Ironically enough, the characters who have fallen behind, villain and like hero side, don't have Haki. Haki was the power creep. It was, and I almost feel, and then adding the variations of Haki didn't help at all. It just made things more complicated. I don't think it's nowhere near as bad as like any of the other shows I mentioned, but like it was a power creep. I mean, let's be real here. Yeah, that was the other problem. Luffy, they did like the instant power up nonsense with like Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji primarily. Yeah, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji got like straight out power ups. Whereas Choppers is more like backstory related, so I kind of let that one slide. But like Luffy gets like two new techniques, and then apparently it's just default stronger. By the way, remember the Blue Note fight? He was keeping up with Blue Note pretty consistently versus what he was doing when they first fought the first time. Like Luffy got a weird powered boost, so did Zoro, and so did Sanji. All of a sudden, Zoro's is the only one that kind of could have got away with because Zoro's wasn't nothing crazy. Luffy's is literally two new forms that when the hell would he had time to do? Otherwise, Luffy would have been putting out every Logia game again. But like that's what I'm saying. Haki was a necessary inclusion. You had to include it to some degree because some of the abilities you just couldn't cheat the way you wanted to. At the same time, though, like it did cause a creep at some point. It's no, like I said, it's still one of the better examples, but it definitely is a creep. So yeah. I got way too much into that Luffy. This is weird. This part's going. This fucking episode's literally gonna be about fucking about mental health in fucking anime, which I don't think is the best combination of things. But fuck it, we'll see. Let's go to the next question by Lightning. Do you think you can respect the game for having more for having people enjoy playing the game despite the fact that you yourself don't actually like the game due to bad experiences? Do you think you can respect the game for having people enjoy playing the game? Yeah. He was badly hurt with his death match with God Usopp. That's why he lost to Water 7. Shut up, Period. Yeah, I can respect the game just because I don't. I mean, I do the same thing for anime. Like, I don't personally like dickhead main characters, so like things like Death Note and Code Geass don't do anything for me. If I don't like the main character, it makes it really hard for me to like get invested. At the same time, I still respect those shows because I know the quality that are in both of them. Right? It's the same concept with the game. Like, I don't like shooters, but I can respect people's love of the original Last of Us. Or people's love for Left 4 Dead 2. Man, people talk about Left 4 Dead like hell. Same thing with Borderlands. I don't care for that shooting genre, but I can still respect the game. Or do you mean like in trauma? I don't have trauma with any game for that to work since. But yeah, I would say personally, yeah, there is. I don't think there is a game that like I struggle to enjoy or respect, due because I don't have like a really traumatic or bad experience. And even if it's a game genre I don't care about, I can still respect the game, so that's fine. So yeah, either way, I won't have. I can respect the game, regardless of which way you mean it. Next question from Real Condoniano. When are the societal discussions coming back? Considering the Smash drama, this would be a good chance. Also, favorite Sony console. It's funny because we literally had like a pseudo societal discussion in here about that anyway. Um, but yeah, fucking. So we already kind of talked about the Smash drama. The societal discussions really just bank on me feeling like I need to talk about something. That's like the whole core of a societal discussion. I have to legit be interested in talking about something for a good amount of time. And sometimes that shit happens and sometimes it doesn't. It sucks when it does and when it sucks when it doesn't. But you know, shit still happens. Shit still motherfucking happens. Um Also, if we're talking about, I think Halo would be the perfect comedy for me. Halo would be the perfect comedy. You're not talking about the game Halo, are you? Or is there something else called Halo that I'm not missing? Also, as far as favorite Sony console, I don't have that many games on the PS2. Although I recognize the PS2 has a good collection of games. I guess for me personally, probably PS3. Overall. Overall, probably PS3. But I also recognize that the PlayStation 2 had a bunch of good games on it. But I didn't play them, so I don't have as much memories with the PS2. The PS3, I think, is my favorite of the four consoles. PS4 has games on it. It's just I feel like I have to retroactively go back and play PS4 stuff. Whereas some PS3 stuff I actually did legitimately play new. So I would say PS3 overall. Of the Sony consoles, mind you. Yeah, the PS2 is just I didn't play as many of those games, so it's hard for me to say that. I probably would enjoy the PS2 overall if I played all those games, but because I didn't, I currently like the PS3 the most. Oh no, I'm not playing fucking Halo. Halo is like one of the last shooters I will ever get my hands into because I have no interest. Period, it's the best, and you don't know how much you're paying for it yet. But you are spending $7 for that 2K 21, aren't you? And then Red Dragon. If there is one JRPG you wish that you had gotten into sooner, and if you had to choose between being in a harem or in a shonen, which would you pick? If we're talking about what JRPG I wish I got in, Dragon Quest. I think Dragon Quest. Yeah, Dragon Quest is probably the JRPG I wish I gotten into sooner. Or Final Fantasy. Ah, fuck. Oh no, it's between Final Fantasy and I'm probably gonna still say Dragon Quest, although I low key am more interested in Final Fantasy. I think I regret or yeah, well you actually didn't say regret. You just said if there's one JRPG. I'll say two for the fuck of it. Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. I wish that I gotten into both of those sooner. And if I had to pick one over the other, probably Dragon Quest. But that's only fuck yeah, because the Dragon Quest I actually enjoy the gameplay of more. Between like Dragon Quest 11 and I need to play newer Final Fantasy games, but at least Seven's battle system isn't like the most engaging thing for me personally. It's cool and I do like it, but I probably like the traditional style of like Dragon Quest more. And if I had to choose between being in a harem or a shonen, probably a shonen. Shonen primarily because if you're in a shonen and you're the main character, you are essentially in a harem. That's how you subvert the motherfucking game, bro. People don't think about that shit. Literally, if you were in a shonen and you were the main character, you were also in a harem. There is no main character of a shonen that don't have a bunch of different people interested in them. Bleach had Rukia or the Hime in any movie, bitch. And Nell. Nell was the other one I'm missing. Ichigo had 3 side bitches at least, not including movie bitches. Naruto is probably the only example of not having as many girls into him. I think objectively, no, actually, yeah, Naruto might be the only exception because he only had Hinata interested in him, and then Sakura was like low key interested in him, but not in the way he wanted. And then Black Clover has Noelle, Mimosa, Nero, low key, and Sally, low key. My Hero has My Hero also is another one that doesn't fall into that same shit. This shitty battle manga is over. The shitty next week, a shitty love comedy will begin. Actually, Zenkichi and Madaga is like that. Yeah, like I want to say low key had like 3 girls. I want to say 3. I know 100% it was 2 girls at least, but I'm not sure if it was 3. My Ashley Zenkichi might have had more than that. If I pick like any pseudo romantic moments, your rival might like you in the female heroine. Exactly. There's a few exceptions. I think My Hero's an exception because Deku only has Uraraka. Well, that's not true. He has Uraraka and Toga. So I'm lying. Deku Loki has 2. Dragon Ball, I think, only has 1. I think Goku only has Chi-Chi. I think Chi-Chi. Why are people fucking doing fireworks right now? It's Sunday night. It's past the fucking 4th. Sit y'all asses down. I know y'all got work tomorrow. The fuck? Hold on. Oh yeah, the Naruto movies were fucking stupid. Yeah, I saw Static. He's like the clone. He's not the exact character, but he's the clone of him. Or like uses the cells and shit. I know. But yeah, I think Dragon Ball might be the only exception. Yeah, I think Dragon Ball might be it. Because all the newer shonens have like multiple girls. Hey, listen, Period. That was the coolest way to friend zone somebody I've ever seen in anime, bro. You don't give a fuck. Also, what's up, VK? What's up, V? No, I was not chicken. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Goku, I think Dragon Ball series is like the only one. Yeah, but I feel like that's like a technicality. Bulma was like a technicality in that situation. But the point is, you probably gonna get a girl if you in a shonen. That's my whole thing. A harem, you have the ability to get a girl or be in a lot of sexual situations, but you are not guaranteed to have a girl. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I gotta go get tested for COVID tomorrow. That'll be fun. I guess static, but still, that's only like two girls. It's not even like a legit harem, and he was married at that point. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. Um, but yeah. Long story short, I would prefer to be in a shonen to it. Also, because shonens are just more fun to be into. Well, Yu Hakusho is also an exception. You're right. I don't have COVID. Just to quickly explain. So, well, I don't know if I have COVID. I should say that. So essentially, it was revealed like last week, the middle of last week, that apparently two people in our department had COVID. So like on the orders of so on the orders of like higher ups, they made everyone go home, and literally I got like the rest of last week off. But then it was like you cannot come back to work until you have a test that says no, you don't have COVID. So at the very least, I'm not working tomorrow, and it probably won't be Tuesday either. Uh, until I get the test, I gotta go take the test tomorrow, and then I gotta go. Thank you, Richie. I gotta go take the test tomorrow, and then I think we get the test results back in a day, or like a day and a half, or like I heard the longest is like 3 to 5 days, but I probably, from what I've heard, most people say it'll probably be within the next like day or two. So yeah. So tomorrow I gotta go take the COVID test, and then I gotta wait for results, and then if the results say I don't have it, then I'll go back to work. So at the worst, it'll be like a week. At the worst, I think. Once you get someone the kiss of life, you can't date no one else. That's true. And Keiko wasn't no hoe. She was a real one. And Hunter x Hunter, don't even bring up Hunter x Hunter, because Hunter x Hunter isn't like a traditional shonen to me. Hunter x Hunter is like the exception, not the rule. So don't bring Hunter x Hunter in this conversation, because all those characters were gay. Although Gon had bitches, he just didn't have like a lot. He had a couple of bitches. He had Palm, and he low key had other girls. There were other girls who liked us. Tell us your status on Discord, or can you keep that private? Are you on my Discord? You guys are on. If you get, you can link. You can get jump into the Discord. That's the other thing. There aren't a lot of girls in Hunter x Hunter. But yeah, just there's a link in. There's always been a link in the description to join the Discord, guys. If you want to join the Discord, join the Discord. My status, I don't have a status. It should actually be telling me I'm in streaming mode, but I guess because I didn't go into the specifics of what I'm streaming, it's just like I'm in streaming mode. But it's fine. What else? How do you feel? I mean, I feel fine. If I have it, it's probably asymptomatic. If I have it, and I don't think I have it, because if I had it, I'm around like my main family all the time for the most part. So more than likely, oh, You mean let you know what it is once I figure it out? Oh, that's what you meant. I mean, that doesn't have to be a secret. If I have COVID, I'll tell people on Twitter I have COVID. I just don't think I have it. And if I do have it, it's asymptomatic, meaning other people can get it, but I don't think I even have that because, like I said, my sister's pregnant and she's here. Her boyfriend's here. My mom's here. Stepdad's here. Nobody else has it, or nobody else is showing signs. So unless we're all asymptomatic, which would be fucking amazing, I don't think I have it. But to have the papers signed, I'll find out in the coming days. Which is stupid because they're probably gonna still want us to have like meetings and shit. Like, you gotta do work from home. Well, I'm IT. What the fuck? What work can you do from home that IT related when all the shit that you need to get your hands on is like in the building? So we'll see. I'm still under the impression we're not even gonna fucking open properly moving forward. I'd be surprised how many of these fucking schools actually, now thinking about it, how many of these schools are going to open properly? They're going to be doing digital shit anyway. So if you're in IT, the good news for you is I don't think you're going to lose a job anytime soon. And obviously, hopefully, the others who are not that lucky, I feel for you and I understand everyone's struggling. So I don't want to be insensitive about it while actually being insensitive about it. So, yeah. I mean, I'm like low key not sweating, not working though, anime rapper. Especially when you have to get up at 5. I'm like, I don't mind sleeping in a couple hours. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, now it fucking okay, now my fucking status finally changed saying I was streaming. Why did that just all of a sudden change? That's stupid. That is dumb. How do people? Because their job doesn't require them to be in. So, yeah. Let's go, Ryan. Let's go. He knew it was up. Trying to make that paper. Move up in the world. Go to that upper room. Sorry, I'm being stupid. So, is Tyrone still streaming? Because I'm going to end this and then we can go raid Tyrone. But let me make sure. He's streaming. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know if he's still streaming or not. Now listen. So what I'm gonna do is we're first gonna check and see if Tyrone's streaming. If Tyrone's still streaming, looks like he is. Yeah, he is still streaming. So what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna go raid Tyrone from here. Yeah, I play online with my friends. We can realistically I do stream on Twitch, so yeah. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So this stream is essentially done. We actually had a very productive. I actually like this stream a lot. This is probably one of my favorite episodes I've done. So what we're gonna do real quick is I'm gonna link his Twitch in the chat. When I link his Twitch, do not click on it. Well, actually, that's when we're gonna raid him. I'm gonna link the Twitch, and once I put it in there, go over there and say raid from TIGF. Raid from TIGF, which you'll know that's me. He better know that's me. If he doesn't know that's me, someone tell him it's me. And then I'm gonna like do something. I'll link it in a second. I'm gonna link it. I can't like do a normal raid. That's why we're doing this kind of like in a ghetto way. We're still raiding. We're just not raiding in the same sense. But that's what I'm gonna do. So for everyone in here, we're gonna quickly raid. If anyone wants to follow and all that other fun stuff, do so. There's 22 people in this stream. He only has 9 viewers. He better go up to at least 30 or at least 20. So yeah. But real quickly though, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the love and support. Appreciate it. I'll be back next week with this stream, a Twitch stream, Snafu review, Pokemon review. Next week gonna be fucking stupid. And then whatever announcements that come out. But yeah, this is one of my favorite streams. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna link this right now. I'm gonna link Tyrone's channel, and once I do, everybody go, because I'm gonna cut this stream off. We're all gonna go raid Tyrone. So, like I said, once again, thank you guys for the support. Yeah, exactly. It's Sneaky Ray. Thank you for the support. Love you guys. Peace. Let's go raid Tyrone. 1, 2, 3. Go raid. Nah. All right, I'm out this bitch. Let's go raid Tyrone. Go raid him.
Let's see. Okay. I don't even know what to do at this point.
I actually want to hear it.
I'm going for DJ, and I'm gonna try to do like a rollout chain. If I can do a rollout chain,
I want to hear the audio.
If I can use DJ and use a rollout chain,
Raid him. He went up to 13. You fucking stupid. I want to see lightning in the chat, guys. All right, there's a Ryan sword.
Not very effective. Good. Perfect.
He's only at 13 views. At least, come on, guys.
And girl. We're going for the rollout chain.
Come on.
All right, there's one. Yeah.
There we go.
That's not gonna do much. I bet you're gonna burn though. Cutting my attack now. Okay.
I got more people in there. Come on, guys.
Okay.
How do you only go 13? At least let him hit 20, bro. Come on, guys.
We're going for a rollout chain.
17, let's go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right,
no Tyrone, he won't even look at the fucking stream. That's gonna make me mad. I'll at least see him get to 20 and then I'll cut this off.
Come on.
Come on, guys. Hey, 21 viewers. You telling me?
Oh, shit.
We can't get to fucking.
I don't know if Anthony's faster or not.
You tell me we can't get to 20? Come on. Come on, guys. 18. 19. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let him hit 20. Let's go. Come on.
That's fine. Oh, 17 viewers. That's what's up. Thanks, guys, for showing up. You see my fucking me suffering anyway. We're almost at 20.
Let's go. Come on. He's so close. I want to at least hit 20.
Yeah, he got two. He got two. And I'm gonna switch mixtape out after this.
And Tyrone didn't even read the chat. Read the chat.
Unless mixtape
22. Let's go. Read the fucking chat, Tyrone. Read the chat, Tyrone.
I don't know what the last Pokemon is.
Read the chat, Tyrone. You're at 22. Read the fucking chat. You dickhead. Read the chat.
Mixtape. Let's go mixtape.
Read the chat. He's so concerned about the fucking thing. God damn it. He's so concerned, bro.
Oh, they put Blizzard, yeah. Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh my god.
I'm so sad, bro.
What? Oh my god.
He's so concerned with the chat. The short version is he had 22 views. It's all good. We're done. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the help. He at least hit a bunch of views. He didn't fucking check the goddamn chat to see that he got rated. It's fine, whatever. Also, Juice, you're going to have to watch the playback because there's no point in explaining it right now. I'm out this bitch. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Actually, you'll probably hear me on Tyrone's stream in a minute. So if you want to hear me on Tyrone's stream, go check out the stream. Peace, guys.